Welcome to the Naked Coach Collective. We're not just your average coaches, we're your powerhouse of inspiration and your no-nonsense guide to unlocking your hidden potential. We are an eclectic mix of four, each with a unique journey, though we share a passion for transformation through coaching. Tune in every week for topical discussions and witty banter on all things coaching. There might be a few laughs along the way too, but don't be fooled. We're serious about helping you navigate life's twists and turns with clarity and confidence. Are you ready? Sit back, relax, and immerse yourself in the Naked Coach Collective podcast.
Hello all and welcome to the Naked Coach Collective. Today we are going to be talking about coaching and what is coaching. It's one of the words that's bandied around an awful lot these days. It's very popular, but do you know what it means? So we're going to unveil what it means to us and how we have all become coaches in an amazing world.
All right, let's just do some quick intros then. So, Dee, do you want to go first?
Hello, I'm Dashna Qureshi, and these guys all call me Dee. I'm a clarity and transformation coach for small business owners and those at a crossroads in their professional or personal life. I help people find clarity, crush feelings of overwhelm, uncover their priorities, and take action to fulfill their goals. I believe in the power of coaching, and I can't wait to share it with you all.
B, do you want to go next?
Hi, I'm Belinda Warburton, and if you call me B, that means you love me, just like my co-hosts. And if you don't and you call me Belinda, that means you really don't like me. I am a female empowerment coach, and I help women find their voice, whether that's because they want to give a presentation, because they want to show up on social media, or they just want to learn to say no when they're saying yes and they shouldn't be, or vice versa. So if you need to find your voice, then I am your coach.
Sarah?
Hello, I'm Sarah Hathaway, and I'm one of these wonderful four coaches. I specialise as an empowerment coach and occupational therapist, working with people who are affected by adoption. I have my own unique story, which has helped me along this journey myself, and I like to promote the positive aspects of it. So if you feel stuck, you're not sure where to go, you feel rootless, you haven't got an aim, you don't feel you belong, there's so many issues that can affect people that can be overcome. And coaching is an amazing tool to do that. So come along and say hi.
Hi, listeners. My name's Ian Whitehead, and I help aspiring entrepreneurs create and build an impossible dream. Okay, so the official, well, it's not an official one, it's the Coaching Masters definition of a coach is to help clients unlock potential, maximize performance, and get results that the clients are hoping for.
Yeah.
But Sarah, what is coaching to you?
Is enabling, empowering, nurturing, guiding a person who is stuck, wanting to move forward, person who needs the support to find out what really makes them tick. And I think we're great facilitators for that. We're experts in finding the right questions, and just, you know, we can be challenging with it too. I think it's incredible what could be done with coaching, and I'm gobsmacked at how it can change people's lives very, very, very quickly. You know, I come from a background of being an occupational therapist, which ironically is very similar to coaching. It's like lifestyle management for people in any walk of life that they come from, generally due to illness. And it's the sort of same thing. So when we started the Coaching Masters journey, and it gave this definition that you could coach anybody, I thought, nah, you can't do that. Don't be stupid. I've been a therapist for 30 odd years. But actually, I learned, that's what I really learned early on, to really get that definition in my head and realize you're facilitating that person so you can work with anybody. You've just got to have the skills, have the questions, have the confidence, to believe in yourself as a coach, to then enable them to believe in themselves and move forward. It's phenomenal. Brilliant.
It's interesting because I think one of the things I get asked a lot when you say to people you're a coach, it's like, well, isn't that just therapy or counseling or whatever word you want to use? And actually, having had therapy myself a couple of times, it was quite a find for me for the moment when I found coaching, because I was just finishing therapy for grief, and actually that had been really good, but it just takes you to the now. Okay, so you deal with the past, basically, something that's happened in your past, and that's what therapy is for you, and you just come to terms with it, learn to live with it, whatever you want to call it. And I'd never known that there was, I mean, I didn't really know what coaching was. I just sort of came across it really. And then when I started training, and the great thing I think about the Coaching Masters is you do get to train with each other, don't you? And all different people, and it's fabulous. I never realized that there was something where you could actually focus on what you want next.
Yeah.
And that probably sounds weird. Maybe, it's an age thing, I don't know, but I'd never really been aware that there was something that would help you, like focus on what's next. But it's not through someone telling you what's next. It's someone just they're asking unusual questions that your everyday people don't ask you, your friends, your family and all of that. And then they go quiet. And you have to fill the space. It's really weird, isn't it? You're just like, oh my God, so I've got to say something. But actually, what it does over time, you realize you start filling the space with not just what you're thinking on the surface, but what you're thinking underneath it, you don't think about until somebody gives you the space to actually explore it.
I agree with everything you both saying. There's one thing when I was being coached by Dee, and I think it was our very first session. And this is when I kind of first realized, and I thought, wow, this is quite powerful. So I'd been struggling at work for years, like working late into the evenings, weekends and everything. And my head was just like a fog of noise from the work. And I just want to shut my laptop down at the end of the day and just not talk. I just want to sit in silence and not do anything and not talk to anyone. And when me and Dee were talking, I can't remember what we were talking about initially. I can't even remember what she asked, how it led to it, but it just a light bulb just went off in my head. Yeah. And she made me realize that I'd been carrying this saying around with me from when I was a kid that my dad told me. And it was, there's a difference between working hard and hard work. And there's a difference between working hard at hard work. And his definition of hard work was always manual labor, because that was his background. That's where he came from. And he's just trying to instill in me like hardworking values. But because I didn't see sitting behind a desk working as hard work, I was going like over the top. But ever since that conversation, I just like, nope, not anymore. It was mind blowing. I was like, oh my God, how have you done that?
You're taking me back there, because I remember that so well, because for you, it was a turning point.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
For me, it was also a turning point. And this shows you the power of coaching, where I was coaching you, and you'd achieved this thing. But I also had such a moment of realization of how strong coaching can be just by asking the right questions. And so Bee's talking about the questions. It's the questions, and when you're coaching and when you've studied and you've learned the art of asking the right questions at the right time, the results are phenomenal. So I think for coaching for me is for people like you, Ian, who do not have a problem as such. You don't need therapy. You don't need just taking you to a level. Well, actually, you take yourself to a level that is more than you could do by yourself, because you now have a coach taking you there, leading you there, but essentially it's all your own work.
It was so good. And I remember, sorry, Bee. Go on.
No, you carry on. That's all right. Go on.
I was gonna say it was so good. And I remember I've mentioned it probably about 3 or 4 times in the accreditation practice sessions, the workshops that you'd go on. I'd be like, I just want to thank Dee.
I know. And I'm like,
Just a special shout out to Dee. I know it's the last week, but
I think
it
it's
like
interesting.
completely changed my whole way of working. And I'm like
I
literally shutting down at the end of the day now, and they can do one.
I'm so grateful to have been the person to do that, because it could have been any one of us, and it is gratifying for me to feel that I can do that, and I would like to do that more. This is what I thrive on, because Sarah comes from OT background, I've got a teaching background. I guess I've been coaching all my life, all my career, or all my life. I've always been that person that sort of says, well, have a think about it this way, or
Oh well.
Yeah.
just can't.
I think it's the results, isn't it? It's what you see, what happens to people when you're doing it. That's what it's like. It's like an addiction. I know this sounds strange, but you want to see, when you start coaching somebody, when you have the real big moment, you have lots of little moments. When you have those big moments, it's like you want that person so much to achieve what they want. It's it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Ian achieved 3 women. I mean, how did you do that, Ian?
He's paying us very well, Bea.
Just to make it clear, I am not paying these ladies.
So come on, how have you found yourself in this little pot, Ian?
Yeah, come on, Ian. This is quite unusual.
I think I came to the group quite late, didn't I? I think Dee, did you? I think we had a couple of maybe practice sessions, and I think you then just accidentally invited me to the group.
Yeah.
I think I came on the last, actually.
No, you were first. I spoke to you, Sarah, because Sarah was my first week 1 breakout.
Yes.
And she blew me away completely and utterly. And I felt like a little first day at school, in a new school where everybody knows each other, and I was completely out of it. And Sarah was so welcoming and just swept me up, and then from then on it's been no looking back. So I think, Sarah, you came in first. I had this idea of let's do it, and I talked to you about it, and I said, oh well, I kind of know Ian and Ash, who hasn't continued at the moment, but and then Sarah, you brought in Bea.
Yeah. And Ian, I remember being on your first week. I was wasn't it?
Yep.
So
I think I can't remember properly, but was I just talking about traveling?
We talked a lot about Norway. Why is that then, Ian? We've got a love of
Shock
Norway.
horror.
Yeah.
Sarah, are you the Virgin Cracker then?
Well, we won't mention age here, but I am Mother Hubbard here, sat here with all these children, aren't I?
Cherries popped everywhere.
The cherry popper. Oh my god.
No, cherry picker. I like to have a go at one of them. That's on my bucket.
Yeah.
I think if I was going to say to anyone about coaching, support with other coaches is so important when you are having your wobbles, and we've all had them. Every single one of us on here, or maybe I don't know if Ian's had as many as maybe we're more emotional. I don't know.
Bloody hormones.
Male brain.
But I do think that's because I think all of us, without each other's support, at some point may have walked away from this when it got tough. So, I mean, when we said that we would share on here, the naked truth, and the naked truth is there are times when it gets tough, when you do question yourself, when you wonder whether you can continue for various reasons. And that's when you need the support. And I think that's so important.
Yeah,
absolutely. And there's something I say to all my clients now, and I can try and I'm rubbish on social media, but I try and put it out there on social media as well. It's show me your 5 closest friends, and I will show you the rest of your life. I love that saying.
Wow, that's a say no more.
I think I've got. I don't know whether I don't know what I'm trying to say. Just carry on.
You love us.
Just come back to me.
Come on, Ian. Declare your love. It's all right.
Yeah, you can do it. You can
You can
do
do
it.
it.
You've
That's what I was
already
trying to say. I was wondering whether
I
I
love
don't know
it.
if I have a maybe slightly different take on coaching for me.
Go for it.
So I feel like you're all a little more on the personal side,
Mm.
whereas I really want to help people build and achieve an impossible dream. So when I get onto like one of my first calls with the clients, I try and push them as hard as possible to tell me what their impossible dream is and try to achieve that and set out how we can achieve that. So I think I'm like maybe slightly different. We all know I'm a bit more on the businessy side of things with
Mm.
my coaching, but I get so inspired when I'm listening to people talk about their dream and what they want to achieve. It just fills me up with inspiration to carry on with mine as well,
Yeah.
which is a help to me as well more than anything, which is strange in a way.
I think it is that. I think like you've said as well, Dee, already, that it gives us so much. We're not just providing a coaching service and support, whatever else. We get so much from it. It keeps us going. But what I want to ask you from that, Ian, so you're asking them the impossible. Do they come out with very long lists of why it's impossible before you can crack any of it though? I'd be very good at that.
Sarah would.
Yes. Yeah. Just to be bloody minded, you know.